Irashaimase, and welcome to Tinker Tailor's Solder Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name is Ian Horner. I'll be your host for tonight, as always, and we are back. We're back here in the Tilty House Test Kitchen, where we are about to test some new arrivals, I guess you could say. Not that they're that new. This was ordered way back. Well, not back before the pandemic, because there is no time before the pandemic. No, this was ordered back in the middle of it, probably around July. And no beating around the bush. It's a curry kit, curry brick kit, and that's what really intrigued me into this, because I know that it's possible to make curry by yourself without a kit or without any sort of blocks or cans. You can go from scratch. You can make the roux. You can mix your spices yourself. But I've never done that. I didn't know that you can make your own bricks of the mix. So let's just open up a web page here, which is so I know about the notifications that have come in. I want to thank, of course, first of all, Hester Bride. Hester Bird, thank you for your amazing content and many things to smile about. Thank you, and thank you. That's 11 months. Cheers to that, and thank you for your support. And we'll be getting to the rest of those as we go along here. So yeah, Sonoko curry, which can be purchased at the sonokosakai.com. The link is in the chat from a while back. And this will apparently make a bunch of curry blocks in one package. And I'm really, let's crack it open and see what's inside here. If you're not familiar with Japanese curry, and you call yourself a person who doesn't like curry, it might be time for you to prick up your ears, because Japanese curry is extremely different from Indian curry, where Indian curry is very associated with spiciness and heat, amongst other flavor profiles, of course. Japanese curry actually takes its flavor profile from the British form of curry, which they stole from India and adapted to their own palates, making it a lot sweeter, a lot more thick, gloopy, and brown. So very British flavors there. And then what happened is the Japanese got a hold of this recipe from the British, bringing it over in the middle of the Meiji period. It was actually British sailors that did it, and it was adapted by a man named William S. Clark William S. Clark, who was head of the Sapporo, I want to say, agricultural college. He's the guy who shows up in those anime with the flowing jacket behind him, looks kind of bald, and he's pointing off in the distance saying, "Boys, be ambitious!" And it's he looks kind of like Lenin, but he's not. Hero of Japan, apparently. But his addition to it was the addition of potatoes to the mix, which were useful because of a shortage of rice. And so the potatoes added body flavor and a nice amount of starch to it. That said, when the Japanese adopted curry, they also made it a part of their Navy lifestyle. The Japanese Self-Defense Force, Navy, for example, actually, to this day, uses curry on Fridays in all of their kitchens and whatnot. And that goes back again to the British tradition. They used it as a way of having a meal that would allow sailors to not have to compare their own regional styles of food from back home. As long as if you take a meal or food from another culture and put it in, then it's foreign to everyone, and then of course no one has to say, "Oh, I'm eating peasant food. That's no good," which is what they wanted to avoid in the Japanese Navy. They started using curry because people were getting sick from a lack of vitamin B14 and getting something called beriberi. Hey, Herbert, welcome to those Raiders. So they started adding wheat to the rice. But unfortunately, when you add wheat to rice, that's what poor people eat. That's what peasants eat. And of course, the mighty Japanese imperial soldier could not be seen eating peasant food. So they used the curry to hide the rice, or hide the wheat in the rice, and it also helps that it's super delicious and whatnot. So we got a few more. I got a few more curry facts I'll throw at you as we go through the show today. But let's get started in here. So what we're looking at is a package of spices here. Let's get right in there close. Let you have a look at that. You can see up at the top here we got our portion of bay leaf. We got some portion of shiitake mushroom. And I think that there is supposed to be a piece of kombu in here, but they may have looking. Actually, you know what? Here, hold on. Let's take it to the booth. Boop, booth. That's where we are. Let's take it to the gameplay. Boop. Oh no. Fake. Nope, that's the right one. Face camera group. Stay. Avermedia. Get in there and let's bring up the camera. So we can see we got some chilies in here, got a little cinnamon. What else are we looking at? Oh, that's right in my vision too. I can see fennel, I can see coriander, except not really, she's off editing. Oh, I can see some cardamom pods there. Those are going to be very delicious. And of course, a big old chili for the heat. So that's that. And then we have some powder that goes along with it. And this is apparently the powder mix that's going to make this taste a bit more like the Japanese curry. It's going to be a little bit smoother, a little bit sweeter, a little bit more full-bodied there. Right. So before we do anything, yes, we're going to need this this celery for when we actually make the curry. So let's just shake that off and maybe stick that over here for now. And close that up. Ow. All right, what are we going to do first here? Let's be proper and let's read the instructions, shall we? Quick curry bricking kit ingredients. Well, I should have probably read that. Turmeric, coriander, ginger. I bet that this is the turmeric, this bag here. Mustard, fennel, cinnamon seed, salt, black pepper, paprika, cayenne, cloves, bay leaf, cardamom, allspice, kombu seaweed, and shiitake mushroom. Okay, so this package is going to make 1/2 cup of curry powder, which is a lot of curry powder because apparently one brick takes 3 tablespoons of the powder. So we're going to do that. Oh, New York Times has the curry brick recipe from the same company. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Americat. That's great. How much is a cup? Well, a cup is going to be about, I'm going to say, 250 milliliters, which is weirdly not the size of the cup that we'll be using for something a little bit later on there. But what we're going to do here is, in a medium skillet, toast the whole spices and bay leaf until under low heat until fragrant. About 2 minutes. Stir often and be careful not to burn. Remove from heat and allow to cool. Place dried shiitake and kombu seaweed in spice grinder. Okay. So I guess we don't toast those. And on high for 30 seconds or until pulverized. Well, we're going to need to use the blender for that, I think. Shake and tap the grinder a couple times to ensure all spices are pulverized. Sift into the same bowl, add the powdered spice package, and combine thoroughly. Stir your curry powder in an airtight container in a cool, dry place until ready to use. All right, well, let's get started. We're not going to use these potatoes until much later, so we'll stick those over there with the rest of it. All right, come join me over by the stove, shall we? Let's gameplay left it, and we're going to bring up, which one do we want? Turn away that, and let's just bring this over. Let's see how well this works. Oh, not as well as I'd like, but we can work with it. Okay, good. Now you get to come with me to the stove. Let's just lock that in place to avoid unpleasantness. And just want to, there we go. There we go. That's a little bit more in line. Okay, now we're gonna need a pan. Pans are here. I'm not gonna be using my cast iron today because I want you to be able to see what's going on. So let's grab that gentleman there, and let's get the. Let's dump out the seeds. Alrighty. Oh man, if there was a like already, I wish you folks could smell this because this is stunning. Where's my wakame? Hello, wakame. You're a bay leaf, I know that much. Well, how do you like them apples? I guess we get no wakame in this one. All right. Where's my instruction packet? So we are toasting the whole spices and bay leaf. So whole spices, that's a whole spice. That's a bay leaf. Pretty sure this is a bay leaf. Smells like a bay leaf. Okay. Gonna need the blender. Let's get that right now. And let's see how good a job this does at pulverizing what it needs to. Hopefully this should be fine because the you can see the blades go pretty low there. Now, do they go low enough though? No. We might need to use the immersion blender's not immersion blender's not going to help me there. Where is my come on, get on out. Aha! Hi. I found my food processor attachment. And I think that might do a better job getting low enough to smack the spices around. And also we can, of course, adjust the... I mean, what is a spice grinder anyway but a terrible blade-based food not even a food processor, right? It's even just a blade-based coffee grinder. Okie dokie. Let's stick our shiitake mushroom in there. And let's see what this does. Pulverize. Okay, it's all in there. Plug it in. Adjust the camera to allow you all to see what's happening here. Wait a second. Can I make this lower? Nah. Yeah. There we go. Twist this. Hey! We have a solution. All right. Let's pulse that. I think this is going to work fine, folks. Okay. That was loud. That was... Hi, that was loud. Maybe I should bring you over here. There we go. All right. Let's crack that open. Crack that. Oh, come on! Ugh. It's stuck. It's supposed to twist open and it's stuck. Hold on, I'm going down here. I can hold it with my knees. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Whew. Okay, so it's not quite done yet, but once we get some more spices in there, that should be a little bit easier to deal with. Now, the spices itself. Let's start toasting these. So under a, what do you want? Medium skillet, toast under low heat until fragrant, about 2 minutes. We'll put 1 on the dial. Give ourselves some more light there. And here's my implement. Okay. Checking the chat. Okay, so we don't want our spices to burn, so let's just keep that moving while we apply heat. Can probably shake it just fine. I really, really dislike this stove. BT dubs. A bit too bright. There we go. I don't want to do that too much. So it'll fly everywhere. No, lunatic, if this was an induction stove, I wouldn't be saying I hated it. This is unfortunately just a regular old burner underneath glass top, and it's the worst. German, I was interested in gas stoves, but apparently there's a lot. Just keeping the pilot light on is super damaging to your health. So I'm looking at induction now as possibly the next step if we go that way. But yeah, this is electric. We can call that inductive reasoning. Yeah. Oof. Okay. Ooh, okay, it's starting. Let's that might just be latent. Okay. Let's give it a bit more heat. And we'll start a 2-minute timer. Woohoo! Yep, that's what we didn't want to do. Well, the Roomba's gonna have a fine time later. Also, hopefully this won't mess up my mess up the flavor profile. Richter. Graham, I'm currently toasting a melange of spices. Not the spice of the planet Arrakis, Dune, desert planet, but in fact a more contemporary melange. Cardamom, chili, black pepper, bay leaf. It's all there. Hey Siri, set a 2-minute timer. Set a 2-minute timer? Thank you, Siri. Okay, let's just give this hand stir now. Oh, that's smelling good. Okay, just looking at the rest of this here. We're going to be sifting this all into a bowl. Oh, this is starting to smell really good. What's the rectangle cardboarding thing in the pan? I don't think there is one in the pan at the moment. Oh, this thing! This is the, God damn it. This is the bay leaf. Looks like it was originally a very large bay leaf, but... It cut it down to size. Oh, yeah, no, that's starting to really warm up. If you've never gone about the process of toasting your spices before, I highly recommend giving it a try at least once, because it's like, oh, wait, this is what these things are supposed to smell like. This is why everyone's always excited with spices. But it really wakes up the flavor, and especially the aroma. This is beautiful right now. Okay, add a bit more heat there. Oh yeah, be very careful where you toast dried peppers. Iris, that is good advice, yes. Okay. Well, we're at the 2-minute mark here. I'm going to say these are fragrant. The fragrance has been released. Let us add that to the, is that the whole thing? Yep, everything gets in there. Okay. So we're going to let that cool down for 30 seconds or so. And then we'll go about the process of creating the grind. While we're waiting for that to go, let's take our time, and I'm going to show y'all how I like to wash my rice, because I am going to try and make dinner tonight in addition to making this block. So, blowtorch would probably burn your spice too quickly. Absolutely, dude, Dr. Dudeman. There's one other thing about blowtorches which make them really inapplicable to this particular job, and I want to see if I can find something that's some extra spices that might be useful in this illustration. Actually, yes, perfect. I've got some quote-unquote Italian seasoning. So let's head back to the gameplay section here, and let me get another small bowl or pot. Okay, so pan on. Let's get some of these Italian herbs in there. And this is probably going to work with this pan, but I would absolutely not do it in the last pan that I had. Now, you know, the location of those spices is basically center field, let's say, in the pan, right? Got that there? Okay, let's get out my trusty dusty blowtorch, which I keep right next to the microwave, because nothing like a little radiation to make things go. Turn that on. And where'd the spices go? When you're dealing with blowtorch, you have to remember that blow is part of the operative word there. And if your spices are too light, they will just go everywhere. So that's that mess made. Also, I'll be damned if that didn't also make a nice smell from the Italian spices. Okay, let's bring it around. How y'all liking the new setup today? Is it working for us? Let's bring it back to gameplay and whoop, hi, back here. Wash that down. Ooh, right, we want to make sure that our water is nice and cold. So get that there. This is what I use to wash my rice. It's just a small double bowl system. I picked it up at a local Japanese, or at a 100 yen store when I was living in Japan. And so that's, it's served me well for quite a while. And I highly recommend it, because I highly recommend toasting, washing your rice. So before we get to making the rice, we got to wash the rice. And before we get to washing the rice, we got to decide how much rice we want to have. And the Japanese have a measurement system for this that they call the go. This is actually known as a masu. Depending on which kanji you use, square or or measure. But this measure, this specific one, is 180 milliliters, which equates to 1 go, which is about the traditional serving size of rice for Japanese people, going way back to, pre-Meiji era days. So the idea is that normally I just use a measuring cup to do this sort of thing, but today we're going to use the go. You're going to get that up. And then you'll use and chopstick to level that off. And that's exactly 180 milliliters of rice. I use koshi hikari. Other rices are available, but I'm a bit of a rice snob, and I like the flavors from my Japanese hometown. So let's add that there. That's 3/4 of a cup. So you've seen the measurement. Now let's just add, I don't know, another cup? Half cup of uncooked. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll add another 1/4 cup of rice. Fun fact, the Japanese system of measurement has been metric since 1886, which is really good of them, I would say. They adopted that pretty early in the Meiji period. Okay, so let's. Oh yeah, you know what? I can just. You know what rice I use? Koshi hikari. It just means. Oh boy, I don't know what it means completely, but I do believe it has a certain sparkle to it from the hikari, and yeah. So rice, yes, is basic human decency points. Rice is polished with stone, and they leave powder on the rice. And if you don't get rid of it, that turns into a sticky film, which actually, you can see right here on my rice paddle. That's some of the leftover sticky film that ends up building up on the when left on the rice. You can see already that the water is cloudy. So what you're going to do is you're going to add water to your rice and agitate for a while until it, until you feel like you've done a fairly good job of agitating. Agitate, 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 and then you lift it out and dump that. Whew, look at how cloudy that water was. So now we do it a second time. Now I've picked up a few different rice washing techniques over the years from different people, and the current one I'm locked on, I only learned actually this year, and I'm liking it the most. Is that first one is the most vigorous and hard polishing. The second time you do this, it's a little less intense. You be a bit more gentle because the grains will break up a little bit more. If not, you can see less cloudy. Finally, we're just going to let this water run until it runs clear. And as you can see, that's basically there. Just need a few more seconds, I think, to clear that out. And while we're doing that, I will grab my rice container from my trusty Jazzberry. As you can see, that's good clear water. Nothing in there. And trust me, your rice will taste better for this. So what you could do now is you could let this drain for a long time and until, I'm told you're supposed to let it dry and drain until you can hear the rice beginning to crack a bit, and that'll make it even better. Like you'll get a little bit more stickiness, a little bit better flavor. I don't have the patience, and I don't necessarily know that there is that much of a difference in my time. So I tend to just dump it in and let it start going immediately. Rice amounts or water should be just a bit more than what you're using or what you've put in terms of rice. I like to use the power of surface tension to create one hell of a meniscus on the top of these. Ooh, see there? A little round edge. And then that gives you, I find, just enough water to get you over that hump. Push your button and ignore it, because that's how you should make rice if you are making rice from scratch. Please buy a rice cooker if you have the means. It'll make your life so much easier if you love rice. Okay, are the spices cool to the touch yet? The spices are cool to the touch. We may begin the grindinating. Let's bring that on over to Grindo Town. Boop, boop, boop. Hello, Grindo. Let's be careful. Can we get it in? Oh yeah, oh yeah, there we go. That's the stuff. And let's not clamp that down quite as hard this time. Ooh, that just, I don't even think you need to twist that. That just sticks on there good and tight already. All right. Let's have a look. What happens when grind? I hope it's okay for you. I'm glad the compressor's doing a good job. Okay. Whew. Okay, I don't know. That's... Okay. Don't know if that's... We're supposed to be able to sift it, so we might have to send this to the mortar and pestle. And I think, yeah, we're just going to do that now. Because this needs to get sifted out. Let's, let's make our lives difficult. Boy, what a good smell, though. Okay. Where's that chopstick? Need to get the rest of that spice out of there. All around the edges. Good stuff is. Alrighty, and let's get crushing. I've only just recently started using this mortar and pestle more often, and it's, I'm beginning to hit the limitations of it. So if anyone's got any good recommendations for, mortars and pestles, please send them to, oh god, Ian, care of, oh god. Okay. I think in a second I'm actually going to take this and start sifting it out, in an effort to make this easier on myself. Okay. Whew. This is harder work than I thought it was. How's the time coming? Good. Oh yeah, no, I knew this. I do tend to I tend to frequent charity shops and thrift stores. So I do occasionally see them, but I've never seen one that I would consider an upgrade to this, unfortunately. Oh, a genuine molcajete I've put some thought into. Because I do like making guacamole enough to make it worthwhile, but... And honestly, I've been thinking that maybe a seasoning of a molcajete would be an interesting show to do. Yeah, coffee grinders can be used, I understand. I don't like them, especially because people are so bad at keeping them in good condition. They add extra heat, which for spices, I guess, is fine. I guess they're not technically unitaskers, so they're allowed in my kitchen. Not that I don't already have a few unitaskers anyway. I'm not hard and fast on that rule. Like our good friend Alton. Okay, let's cut our losses here and find out what we need to do further. There's my fine mesh strainer. You're a fine mesh strainer, Mr. Ball. Okay, go ahead and... Okay, so we've still got... That's a good start. But we've got significantly more to go. Oh. This is not a quick process. At a certain point, we're just going to dump this into, to be fully honest. Oh. Oh. Molcajete. Thank you. Does it matter? I'm always afraid of breaking the thing itself, and I suppose that's the whole point of these devices, is that they're not prone to easy breakage. Oh. Okay, how are we doing? Getting warmed up. I'm gonna need to turn on open a window. Okay, we're still gonna need more. You know what? I'm gonna try the blender. I'm gonna try the blender just because I'm curious to see if it'll do a better job. We can always put things back in the mortar end. The blades might be in a better position on this. Let us, I don't know, frappe! Okay, this seems to be doing a much better job. That immediately looks better. Let's see what it does here in the line of Dairy Queen. Again, every time we powderize things, we lose a bit to the corners. But that's because when you're dealing with spices, what you're getting out of them isn't just a powder, you're releasing some of their essential oils, which is where the flavor comes from. Oh, that's a lot of sneezables. Just gonna turn here. That seems much better so far. Sift-wise. Send it back. Send it back, gentlemen. Prepare! Feeling good. Feeling good about this. Okay, so now we're starting to get to, I think, the point of diminishing returns, and why this was meant to be ground up, is that I think there's a number of things in here that we would consider fiber that we just don't want in the curry powder. That said, let's see if we can't powderize a bit more of this here with our hands. Oh yeah, this is going much better now. Oh! I'm gonna need a headband in a second. Working out. Actually, hold on a second. I am gonna open that window because it is balls hot in here, and you get to come with me auditorially because we got the wireless on. Oh, definitely gonna need that drink too once I'm in a stage where I can take a half break. All right, put this up here for further wiping. Out of the way. Back to the mix. Oh yeah, that's breaking down. We probably could have got there by hand, but the time and effort would have been monstrous. Okay. How are we looking here? We about there. Still a bunch of large pieces, but reminds you of whipping up egg whites into a stiff peak-like hand. Would rather not do that. Especially now that I'm doing Swiss meringues more often these days. Requires going pretty far. Okay, folks. Let's see where that lands us. But I might be willing to just call it powder at that point. Still looking a bit sifty. Yeah, that will not make a smooth curry. So the reason we're doing this is that we want a smooth sauce. We don't want it to be gritty because Japanese curry isn't gritty. Excuse me, I coughed Guess I'm not allowed to take Gritty's name in vain like that. I guess Japanese curry is gritty. Everything is gritty. We are gritty. Let's... Don't want to be grinding this all day. But it does need to be done. Okay. Last time through. Let's see how she goes. Okay. So what do you think, chat? Shall we dump the remainder in, or shall we say that that's it? Actually, you know what? I could probably grind that out with the yeah, you know what? Let's pepper grind that out. Let's do things the hard way, now that we've done most of it the easy way. Let's do things right for a change. God, no, that doesn't happen all that often on the show. Hopefully we can make the addition some pepper, or some extra pepper. Won't be a problem.
Who are you? What have you done with Ian?
Or he doesn't believe that I'm incapable of doing things badly. All right. Yeah, we should be able to burn through this amount pretty quickly. Let's reattach the grinder head. Adjust for... I'm going to send you back this way. Oop, there we go. Adjust for maximum fine grind. Oh yeah, that's a powder. Okay, a little bit finer. And just go at it. I've taken to only keeping unground pepper in my house. So that means when I need to put in a teaspoon of pepper, a lot of grinding needs to happen. But I feel it's worth it. But yeah, this is going extremely quickly. Let's see if we can get you into the bowl at all. Oh, there we go. No, that's... There we go, that's a better angle. For me, at least. Okay. Finish this, and that might be time for a break at that point. But we've toasted spices, we've ground spices. This is the majority of the prep work. Soon we'll be cooking. Oh, working for it. And everything's covered in a fine mist of brown. I can see light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, my forearms are gonna hate me tonight. You know what other curry facts do I have here that I might be able to drop on you? Yeah, so curry in the Japanese style wasn't actually introduced to Japanese supermarkets in the brick form until the mid-60s. It was originally put together as a mix in 1926 by the House Corporation. And then S&B Foods was the first to develop the brick technology as of 1956. Interestingly enough, as of 2000, the market share is completely opposite of what I expected it would be. House brand is at 59%, probably because of their Vermont curry line, which is very sweet and appley, and they love the idea of you putting apples into it. Not my favorite thing, but some people do like that. So 59% of the Japanese curry market goes to House, 25.8% goes to S&B, and only 9.4% of the Japanese curry market is owned by Glico, which is my personal favorite curry. So, that's, those are some curry facts. All right, are we just about there? We have that much left to grind. But I think that was worth it. That means that we get all of our flavor, except for the stuff that I spilled into our curry. I need to get myself a battery-powered pepper grinder. It's one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. Saves you from destroying your wrist when you grind spices up. That, you know what? That sounds like that might be something for me. Or something I can hack together. Okay, I think we're done. Yeah, just a few more turns of the crank. Oh, and I feel that freewheeling. Okay, I'm gonna say that's done. Move that up there. You know what? I'm gonna take a little taste. Spicy. Okie dokie. Yeah. So as I've mentioned, now seems like a good time for us to take a short break. I'll be back with more curry creation in just a few minutes. Do not go away. More Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry in just a few. Welcome back to Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry, the Let's Try program here on the Mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name is Ian Horner, and today what we are trying is to make bricks of curry. Bricked curry. And it's going well so far. We've toasted our spices, we've crushed our spices, we got our rice on the way, and we just need now to sift this spice packet into the rest of our spices, and then it all goes into an airtight container. So let's take care of that, and then I'm gonna make myself a drink because I deserve it after all that. I just spent the break wiping down a bunch of the half-ground spice off this stove just to hopefully avoid a fire later. Just shake that up here, and then let's take you all to the zone. You know, the Japanese generally do like to, I won't say avoid heat, but it's not a common thing. And again, this isn't even supposed to be close to Indian curry. This is Japanese curry. And interesting thing about that is that the Japanese apparently recognize curry as basically their national food. Not sushi, not tonkatsu, not ramen, but curry. Simply because it gets eaten so much more often than any of those other dishes. Most households in Japan will eat curry a couple times a year, or a couple times a month, or rather, sorry, a couple times a year. Jesus. I want him to sift this through, but I assume that these are supposed to be in there too? Hold on a second. Oh yeah. That's salt. That's absolutely supposed to be in there. And that is definitely the turmeric. Oh, use the grinder, toasted spice, grind for 30 seconds, shake, tap the grinder a couple times, control the spice. Paralyze, sift into the same bowl, add the add the powdered spice packet, and combine thoroughly. This did not need to be sifted. Good job, Ian. We'll need to wash that. We'll need to wash this later. It's full of turmeric. I'm going to put that in the sink. Otherwise, we could end up in a bad time. And then we'll just stir to combine this with the chopstick. Someone was asking if I'd tried this particular recipe before. I have not. This is all new to me. And this smell that I have discovered is absolutely... Ooh, that's something. It's not... It doesn't smell like what I'd expect. Well, it doesn't smell like glico curry, but well, at 30... what is it? 9%? Maybe I'm just eating the wrong curry. Oh, geez, I'm not sure if you can see, but look at that. Look at that bowl. That stain there at the bottom. That's turmeric, baby. Okay, let's... So this needs to get airtighted. So let's airtight it for now. Nice. And right, next up, Ian needs a beverage. And for beverage, today we're going to go with a martini. Join me back over here, won't you? For Ian's cheap-ass martinis, if he can... Well, I blocked the freezer, so... Still happening. Just move that there for a bit. Grab my... Tonight we'll make them stirred. Yeah. Grab the cheap vodka. The vermouth is already out. Get me a lot of olives, friends. And we'll need my glass, which is not the traditional martini glass you'll probably note fairly quickly. I like to use a Bodum double-walled glass because it keeps things colder nicer. Now, we're not using fancy vodka because we're just going to ruin the taste of it with garlic-stuffed olives. And 2 and 3, which I was let known yesterday is the correct number of olives. Okay. Can't put it away without moving the phone. The camera. Where's my labware? Get the labware there. Gonna go with a... We'll have a nice strong drink. Make it a double. Oops, yeah, gotta add me vermouth. Vermouth I like to add non-measured, but I like to add it just as a splash, so let's... Nope, splash more. There we go. That's probably too much, but I've been experimenting with martinis recently, and I kind of like the subtle vermouth taste that gets added when you use what would be considered way too much like that. Let's add one more ice cube for good luck. And that'll end that particular ice cube adventure. Stir this up. Ooh, blue cheese olives sounds like a very nice. Very, very nice addition. Should be good. Okay, let's rinse it off. And drain. Cover these olives over. Get all that delicious, delicious, dirty liquid. And that is one dirty martini for one dirty kitchen. Ooh, right, forgot to cover up my glass because I've got a filthy smelling freezer. Something's wrong with it. Vodka can go back in here as well. And these can go back into the fridge. All right, let's have a drink. Nice. Ooh. Back to the stove. We're going to cook some scissors. No, we're not. We're going to start making a roux, probably. And I am not looking forward to this because roux are kind of a... they're not kind of a thing, but they're not exactly my AOE, as it were, area of expertise. Especially with the stove, because I haven't quite dialed in exactly where my settings need to be for low heat, medium heat, etc. But yeah, we're gonna say that we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this well. We're gonna do this proper. And we're gonna dial in this stove while we're at it. So we've made the curry powder. That is step 1 of the instructions. Step 2 of these instructions, and not the instructions on the card, which also comes with the package, yields 1 brick, which we're gonna make 1 brick. To make the curry brick, melt 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Good. Over low heat in a small pan. This pan seems as panny as it's going to get. Stir in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And cook for 7 minutes, stirring frequently. Now let's get that to the low heat. I believe we were using 2 last time. 2 seems to be my happy... 2 to 3. Seems to be my happy space for eggs, so I'm going to say that's probably what we want for roux-ing it up as well. Yeah, best to go slow with the roux. That's my understanding too. If you haven't burned a roux, you haven't made a roux before. Cool, good to know. All right, where's my flour? I do have flour. Good. Western Family brand flour. Again. All other flour brands are available. Let's see. Let me take this closer to that side. There you go. There we go. That'll be nicer view for y'all. And just need to dab my nose because the curry powder is getting up in there. Excuse me a moment. Nobody saw anything. Nobody saw anything. Okay. I need that there. This will want there. Pot's still going on. So how many tablespoons is 3 tablespoons? Oh boy. What's 3 tablespoons in cups? 0.19. So just over a... just under a quarter of a cup is what we want off of this butter block, which is now very melty. I had it out earlier to get soft for purposes of putting to my butter bell. By the way, this is a butter bell. If you don't know a butter bell, I highly recommend it. It will keep your butter... You put your butter in here, pack it in, nice and soft. You fill this partially up with salt water, and that keeps the air away, but it also means you can leave this on your countertop so your butter stays warm year-round. One of my, one of the things I often give as a gift to people, too. Because there's nothing worse than hard butter when you want soft butter. And there's nothing worse than margarine when you want soft butter. Good to see there's some people out there who know of the Butterbell lifestyle. So we're just going to do a centimeter, roughly. It's 3 tablespoons. Leave that there. How's the heat coming along? I think it's... With low heat, we can probably just add the butter to it and see if that's... And then we'll know when it's all nice and warmed. Whee! All right. We'll need that for later, I assume. I know we will. Maybe you don't. It looks like far too much butter, but that seems like just the right amount of butter. Okay. I mean, hard butter has its places. Oh, actually, hard cold butter has very important places in baking. Specifically, rice is done. We'll get in there and give it a fluff in a bit. But right now, we're just needing to get this butter all buttered up. Oh, yeah. Butter is good. Butter is good. Yeah, boy. Kind of sad to hear about the possibilities of more palm oil getting into Canadian butter, but okay, butter is in and butter is beginning to bubble a bit, which to me means we are ready to go. Turn that heat down just a bit. It might be too much, and we wanted 3, correct? 3 tablespoons of flour. 3 tablespoons of flour, 7 minutes cooking. Spin that pot round and round. Where she stops, who knows? 1, 2, 3 little flour babies in the pan. Let's get that moving. 7-minute timer. Okay, chat, I can no longer see you, so I am not relying on you for any help. I'm just going to hope that this comes out okay. That's a lie. I'm going to look at you for just a second, but... Okay, so that's getting smoother. Let's turn that back down to 1, maybe 1.5. Over those instructions. What's next? Remove from heat. Sprinkle 1 tablespoon of the powder and stir to combine. Use immediately or pour the paste into a mold, which is what we will do. Oh. I feel like I should have used something with straight sides, to be honest. Whew. I feel like I also want to use like a silicone spatula to scrape down these sides, but probably unnecessary. Seems to be coming together, though. Probably put the flour away. Need that again. Well, we will need that again, but not just yet. Low and slow wins the race, I am led to believe here. That. Actually, no, I'm going to go for an olive. Mm. Nice. Let's bring you along to the... Let's take you to Brio Town. There we go. Hey, what's up? Roux is continuing to happen. Still bubbling, so I mean, it's still cooking. So that's probably enough heat. Oh. What are we doing for time? We are 4 minutes away from the 7 mark, so we're probably good. When you make a roux, you can freeze it. Hello! That's important to know. Okay. So this is the part where I say, hey, I think I'm starting to pick up on this whole roux technique stuff, and then utterly ruin it. Let's see how it turns out. How's the smell? Nothing special yet. Butter's getting a bit nutty, which is nice. Something you don't normally get. Speaking of things like this, pre-preparing your ingredients like a roux, one of the things I recently did, and it was specifically for those Swiss meringues I was talking about, was toast sugar in the oven until it gains a slight golden brown hue and a deep yet subtle caramel taste. Highly recommend that for baking. Okay. Looking good so far. Timing is still 2 minutes. But the bubbles are starting to really get small and excited. I may have been moving it too much, to be honest. That might actually have affected the cook time. Problem is, I'm doing this live on television on the internet. It means that people get to judge me. Oh. No, you know what? I think this is starting to come together. He said, hopefully. Messed up my meringue. Whoopsie! Molly, I feel quite confident in my meringue. This... we'll see. Actually, no, we'll see. I don't feel confident in this at all. What I feel is, I think it's working. Okay. Here comes that nut. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's... now we're starting to get it. Moving out. Maybe needed more flour. No. We don't want to add anything right now. The idea is, my understanding behind the roux is that what we're doing is we are browning. Like, we're essentially cooking butter and flour together and browning both. I think, friends, that is definitely a different color than what we started with. So we're going to let it go for a bit longer. We're gonna push our luck. But that's smooth. Which I understand is what you want a roux. Next, I'll learn how to cook a kanga. Now that I've got a little roux. No, donkey named Eeyore is his friend. Not a lot of people talk about that. Wait, the donkey named Eeyore is his friend, and Kanga and Little Roo. So those are his friends. There's Rabbit, there's... who's the next one? And there's Owl. But most of all, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. Stirring butter and flour in the pot till Winnie the Pooh turned it into a golden rule. Ooh. Hmm. Tubby old stuff. Tigger! That's it! God, how did I forget Tigger? Holy... I feel like he's about to come in here and sing a song at me. The wonderful thing about Tigger is never forget. Never forget when you're living. They'll never forget when you're dead. The bouncy, 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 known to hold a grudge. Wonderful thing about Tiggers, though. Oh, can they make fudge? Okay, you know what, folks? This is not ruined, but this is, I think, as golden as she's gonna get. What do y'all say? Is this a roux, or is this no longer a roux yet? I just noticed that there is a significant delay on the, or there was a significant delay on the iPhone camera. Could be darker. Okay, I'm fine cooking it a bit more, but it looks like it's getting dark. It's starting to get the color of the packet, which to me is getting golden. It's okay now? Yeah, okay, let's take that off. Well, you know, in a couple seconds. Let me smell this. Like I said, I want to learn how to do this properly. And I think that looks good to me. It's very close. Okay. Ah! Also, hey, Addie Pie, welcome to you and your Raiders. Thank you. Does it smell toasty? Not yet. Not yet. Very close. Oh, if this is as easy as I thought it was, this is going to open up a lot of culinary options. Pull it from the heat, it'll do what you want. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is probably as close to... Yeah, this is as good as we're going to get. Slide that off the heat. Note that that is a hot burner. Keep this moving because it's still, the pan is still hot. And what do we do with this? We sprinkle in 1 teaspoon of the curry powder and stir until fully combined, and then put it in the mold. Well, let's do that now. Let's bring you over here. Trivet. And then we'll put the curry, well, let's first add that, that powder. Powder! Where is my tablespoon? There is my tablespoon. Fresh powder! That's, oh, that's good curry there, Frenchie. Nothing French ever came... Well, no, the roux! Yes, the roux! That's French. Perfect. It's a good roux there. Oh, ho, ho. Now we have smell. Okay. 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 Combine. Howdy doody. Looks good. Let's scrape it out. Finally, friends. Where's my mold bowl? Mold bowl was going to be... Oh boy. Where was I going to place this to become a mold? I have no mold bowl. Oh wait, we'll just use one of these. Yeah, this will be fine. Okay. Maybe something thicker than that. 3x4 seems a little bit small. Let's use this. Oh, you know what we'll use? Aha! It's closer to 3x3, but I think it'll do. Right, let's get you in there. Off there. That away. And let's send it packing. I think this might be a bit oily. We maybe used a bit too much butter, but I doubt it. I don't want to believe it. All right, and if we are lucky, we'll get to see this by the end of the show. Well, that's certainly buttery. That certainly smells like a curry roux. I'm going to give it a bit of a stir while it's just in there, just to agitate things a bit more. Make sure it's all properly mixed up. Let's send this to the refrigerator to become an curry. Okay, so that's how you make a brick. Now let's make curry with it, shall we? Let's throw ourselves over to the whims of fortune and the booth. Nope. Yes. Nope. Gameplay. Turn on that one. Haha! Let's bring you back over here to the cutting board. Because we're going to be doing some cutting of stuff. Next up, Sonoko chicken curry. Vegetable oil, Dutch oven, medium heat. 1 thinly sliced onion, saute until golden brown and soft, and push the onion aside. 1 tablespoon of oil. Pound of chicken cut into 1-inch chunks. Saute for 2 minutes. Add 1 tablespoon of oil, 1/2 tablespoon grated ginger, 2 cloves minced garlic. Saute for 1 minute. Add 1 carrot, 1 rib of celery, 1/2 bell pepper cut into 1/2-inch chunks. Saute for 1 minute. Add 4 cups of your favorite broth. Scrape off any brown bits in the pan's bottom. Bring to a boil over high heat. Add 1 medium potato peeled. Add 1 Sonoko curry brick. Stir to dissolve completely. Then stir in 2 tablespoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, soy sauce, sake, honey, rice vinegar, spice your curry, fresh or dried pepper too. Simmer for 7 to 10 minutes until it gets your desired frequency. Let's make some curry. All right, let's find our various things that we need. Because we're going to have to, well, first of all, Celery. We got celery. Vegetable oils on the stove. Sliced onion. Onion. Circle this. Onion. Onion, stop being so bright. There we go. Oil. Chicken. Chicken is in refrigerator. Chicken. We're going to brine this. In fact, you know what? Let's get that right now, because brined chicken is, do we need to brine this chicken? No, we don't need to brine this chicken, so we're going to keep that in there until we actually need to take that apart. Chicken. What else we got here? Oil. Ginger. Potato. Broth is, we'll use better than bouillon. Other bouillons are available. Fridge. In the back. Behind the curry paste. Ian, what have you done to yourself? Only made this harder. Go. Better than bouillon. Potato. Stonoko curry, which we're going to make in a roux form again. And then stir in. Okay, so we'll just, we'll just use the same pan, I guess. Why the heck not? Okay, so I guess it's time. Oh, wait, yes, soy sauce, which I keep in one of these that I refill quite often, so don't worry about how fresh it is. Sake and rice vinegar. I highly recommend cooking with actual sake. I just use the cheap Geiken stuff. It does a good job, and I think it's nicer than using cooking sake that's been denatured. Let's see here. Honey! We have honey, thank crikey. Ow, ow, ow. Honey! Got it. And... oh, you know what? I am going to do it. Chilies. Let's add another chili, because I want a spicier curry. Not spicy, but spicier. Oh, you are nice. Let's put you in. I can smell that. That's going to be a nice smoky addition. All right. Let's prepare ingredients real quickly. Stick this over here. You get a different angle now while I get started doing the things. Let's get a kitchen scrapings collection bowl going. Take these down to the trash later for composting. Did I remember to do anything in terms of ever getting what I wanted? What the heck am I even talking about? Da, 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 da. Space is at a premium when we tinker Tailor here in the Tiltios test kitchen. Okay. Yes, that's what I wanted, was a bowl to hold the things that I'm going to be chopping. Okay, so we need onion first. So let's get the onion prepped and in there. Knife. Let's chop the ends underneath. Peel that skin away. Maybe take the outside layer too, because it's looking kind of ugly. Not by mine sometimes, but it's also probably too much onion. Okay, they say they like to slice it finely. I like to have my onion. What do I like to have my onion do? Be alive. I like to have my onion sliced into yeah, let's do 1/4 inch chunks. Or roughly 1/2 inch chunks. I am not a professional chef, so please ignore any knife skills that you don't particularly like seeing. And let's same thing. Okay, one more there. Pick it up. He needs a bench scraper. Ian has a bench scraper. He just doesn't use his bench scraper as often as he should. Okay, that's a good looking onion right there. So we'll be able to fry that up pretty quickly. Manual mode on the onions, please. Thank you. Can we walk you? No, I can't walk you. Oh well. Okay, onions prepared. Next up, potato peel and actually wait a second. Where are we at here? Onion, chicken is the next thing we need. And grated ginger, garlic. Do our grated ginger and garlic next. Oh, what I need is some more tiny prep bowls. Use regular bowls. They clean the same way. Okay, here's our ginger. And how much ginger do they want? 2 teaspoons. I mean, I like ginger, so we'll maybe add a bit extra ginger. Okay, so let's cut the end off here. I realize you're probably on the wrong side of history for seeing things, but that's probably not a bad idea. Just toss that in. Compost. Let's go with about that much. Sounds good. I'm just going to scrape the skin off. It just comes right off with the back of the knife. You don't even need to use the blade. In fact, I'm going to do that over the thing here. So that and about 1 inch is what I'm going to use. That's about... I like to measure my tablespoons in unground ginger. All right, let's just move that over there. Slice that. Clean up the ends just a bit. Boop, 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 boop. Sadly, not every vegetable peels as easily. How do we want to grind this up? Let's use... Let's use the plane by Rama Designs. Other planes are available specifically for microplane. So a company I would very much like to give some money to in the future. Oh, grind that down. I really like the way microplanes like this, or planes in general, the kind of ginger it leaves. It's very, very flavorful, very tender, and it tends not to leave too much of the fiber behind. Okay, and then you can just take that extra, put there, and then see you've got a bunch there. And then that's a lot more of the fiber there, which you can just kind of scrape up what you want or ignore as need be. But that's the ginger. Hooah. All right, ginger, ginged. Oh yeah, no, it's super easy to microplane your fingernails or other bits off. So be careful when you're doing that. Don't always do what Daddy Ian does, but be safe out there, or at least try to be safe. And the 2 cloves of minced garlic. Right. Speaking of don't do what Daddy Ian does, Daddy Ian decided to try out Kirkland minced garlic. Give it a another try. No, it's bad. It's not good garlic. Use real garlic. I'm just using this because I hate wasting food. I don't know, does that look like 2 teaspoons? I think it does. Good enough. Or 2 cloves? Yeah. Okay, so we'll have that. 1 carrot, 1 rib of celery, and 1 bell pepper. Well, we don't have the bell peppers. So celery and carrot goes next. Celery. Just chop that up in half there. And get these 2. Let's see if we can. Yes, I know I'm supposed to make a claw. I'm not going to. And there we go. It's not a lot of celery, is it? Maybe we can add a second potato if we need to. Although I've never put celery into my curry before. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. Fresh the carrot. You seem like about the size of carrot I want to use. We're going to peel this friend. And then we'll take care of the potato. Potato. Where's my drink? Okay. I don't know. Do you want to see me peeling a carrot? Well, too bad. You're going to. I need to get my slippers back on too. The stuff on the ground is starting to really get to me. Okay. So let's peel that. Love these Swiss style peelers, or the cross bar ones like this. They just make my particular favored peeling technique so much easier. Did I miss any spots? Looks good to me. Peeled carrot. Boop. And boop. Bring it back. Let's see. Okay. And then I can just bring it. Half moon seems like a fine. Here I am trying to use an appropriate technique and just blocking the camera. That knife could use a bit of honing, I think. We may have to do that off screen. Way. Not winning any awards for consistency, that's for sure. But that's fine with me. Okay. What's Potato. Yes, potato is next. And potato goes in just before we lower the heat and simmer for 5 minutes. So that can sit and get... Ooh, boy, that's a green friend right there. Big green. Ah, this is... Every time I do something in the Tiltios test kitchens here, I always wonder if there's a better layout for this. But I honestly think we do pretty good work here, considering everything that's currently the way it is. Don't eat this one. This is the one time. This is the one time I'll listen to y'all on that. But yeah, I prefer to. I prefer not to peel these myself. But we're going with the. Oh yeah, we can get that green off there. Just be aggressive about the peelage. Yep. Okay, that seems like that will be good. Right, chunks. Whoop, 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 whoop. And zoop. Yes, there we go. And one more down that way. In half. Probably could have gone thirds, actually. But here we are. Okay. And, yep, I'm just going to do thirds along that axis. Maybe even halves, actually, on one side. Perfect. Love it. Don't go, they don't go in there. You know, I've been eating home raised potatoes my entire life, and that level of green has never been never been an issue. But yeah, as long as I haven't had, oh great, as long as he hasn't had green potato before. Ah. I think we'll be fine. It's one of those things. Oh, it's one of those things that compounds. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it might have been worse because of the camera, actually. That's a very good point. Yeah, I don't generally run into many green potatoes these days anyway. What I do miss, though, is green tomatoes. Tomatoes. I appreciate the I appreciate the fun that was had with the jokey straw polls about how I was going to hurt myself, but yeah, part of me is glad that we're kind of beyond that too. Okay, where's my nose piece? Oh, it's dependent on body weight. Well, in that case, I'm fine. Huge. Drinky first, then chicken. And for the chicken, we'll break out the dedicated chicken cutting board. All right, let's get that out of there. Chickenin. I need to make some space here. Excuse me a moment. To clean out the sink. because I want access to my sink here in a second. There. It's up here. Okay, I'm gonna give these a quick wash, and then then I'll get into the chicken. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do a quick wash up of some of the stuff here because I'm gonna need to wash that pan because we're gonna need it again afterwards. So yeah, quick break now. Maybe a little bit longer break, and then we'll be back with more Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry and the thrilling curry conclusion. Don't go away. More Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry in just a bit. Friends, we are back with more Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network program. It's a Let's Try program, and today we are trying to make curry from scratch. We've already succeeded, at least in making something that may or may not be a brick of curry. Hopefully it turns out good. We have made curry powder from scratch, which smells amazing. And now we're about to make the curry itself, and for that I need to open this bag of chicken. And then I just need to get it out. Get that to the trash. Goodbye, top of bag. Hello, sacrificial fork. Another one of these. Oh, hey, the tendies are separated. That's nice. Okay, and that's our chicken on the cutting board. Gonna rinse out that bag because otherwise it's gonna smell like ass because I just took the garbage out today. I mean, I reuse all of my vacuum seal bags after a slight washing. Fascinating stuff going on in chat, by the way, right now with regards to the potato famine and information there about, and the railways specifically. Super interesting. Okay, let's cut you in half. And let's find a bowl for chicken with what to go into. This is still our clean hand, so that's good. Although I think I may have hecked that up. Curses. Yep, I did. I held the handle. There are no clean hands. Everything is chicken. Abort, abort, abort. All right, everything's contaminated now. Sniffly. Sorry about that, folks. There's a... I wonder if there's any sort of powders in the air, which might be aggravating my my sinus cavity. What do you got for me? Oh, did we win something? Move goal achieved! Hooray! Always good to get that when you're in the middle of a... oh yeah, it's the blowtorched oregano. There we go. That was fun. Thank you for bearing with me while I did an experiment in blowtorching spices to prove my reasoning. Oh man, Contingent Cat, I have I have indeed broken needles before in very similar manners. My favorite was when I was in 4-H back when I was in high school. I was sewing a jacket made of wool that I designed to look like sort of a, I guess you could say a colder weather or a fall version of the Star Trek The Next Generation movies uniforms with the gray shoulders and then the Mandarin collar. And I think I broke at least 3 needles in that jacket, 2 of which are still in there somewhere. Lunatic, they have 4-H all over the world, and I am a huge 4-H booster because I mean, you'll note some similarities between the idea of a let's try program and a learn to do by doing organization. I think there's a lot of overlap between what we do here at Tinker Tailor and what those cool kids over at 4-H are still doing. But yeah, no, I know the pledge. I pledge my head to greater thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, and my country. Do I live that? Probably. I think we're done with knives, aren't we? Nope, one more. In she goes. By the way, if you're curious, the T-tail system on the stove here goes hand towel to the right, produce towel to the center, because I need to buy myself a what do you call it? Salad spinner. So I just usually go to the shower, put the produce in the sling, and just wing it around a bunch. And the far right left towel is for drying dishes. So now you know how to dry your hands and how to dry the dishes should you ever come visit. Okay, let's do this here. No, I love 4-H. It's a youth club, not just an agricultural club. There are programs that you can take in computer programming, small business, small engine repair, auto body, photography. And those are just the ones that I remember taking myself on the top of the dome. But yeah, I ended up mostly focusing on cooking and sewing. Originally thinking because it was going to get me girls. It didn't. It absolutely did not. And then thinking maybe it might get me girls later in my life. It didn't. It absolutely did not. But what it did do is it give me comfort around a kitchen and a sewing machine to the point where I can, rough together a kosode, Japanese kimono-style top for a SCA event in a night. Don't ever want to do again, but can. Okay, I think we've got everything cut that we need to cut for this curry, so let's heat up a... Let's start with our roux. Let's redo the roux so that it's nice and ready for when it's time. Let's bring you over to the pan. Talk to the pan. Address the pan. The pan's address is 123 Fake Street, not Ian's house, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. M5G1E6. All right. 4 tablespoons of butter under low heat, which we decided was 2 was the heat of the low that we wanted. Okay. Let's get just a bit less butter this time, just in case. It's not a accurate measurement, which angers me greatly, I must say. I like being able to be accurate, if nothing else. Okay, think. Right, where's my... How do I send you back to... Aha! Boop! Hey, I'm over here now. Okay, I want to deal with... Yeah, I'll deal with the butter later. Later tonight. We do need, though, this and the tablespoon. Okay, let's read over the recipe. Remain on camera. Let's read over the recipe again here. Heat 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil in Dutch oven under medium heat. Add 1... Okay. So we could probably... we could double up on the onions right now, but I don't want to. I don't want to because it means that I have to pay attention to 8 things rather than just 6, which could be problematic. If I put the recipe here, then it looks like I'm looking at you when I'm actually looking at the recipe. It also doesn't work. Just look down a bit. Okay. Onion, saute until golden brown and soft, and push the onion inside. Okay, so it's just sauteing chicken, onions, and the things. I'll have to get out a big pot for this. No reason to use the Dutch oven, but let's see here. And then it wants 4 cups of my favorite broth. I think this pot should be sufficient. Okay, now butter is just about melted. Oh, martini is just about done. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Oh. Let's see, did 4-H rocketry. Hey! Eldar, thank you for what's the word? Thank you for validating my information there. I've always talked about the rocketry program, but I've never actually met someone who did it. So cool. Oh wow, 4-H was originally pro-peg arm with USDA. Ah, they had to be secular. That's interesting because there is a lot of God in Canadian 4-H that I'm less than pleased with, but there we are. 1, 2, 3 domes of flour. Uh, uh, uh. Let's put it all together. Much like Bakaruda, let's put it all... How? I can't say Bakaruda. Say ba, ra, ku, da, ba, ra, ku, da. Now put it all together. Baba, rara, kukudada. Now you know what song is stuck in Ian's head. Can't pronounce Bakaruda. 7-minute timer. Yeah, that's definitely more Rui.
7 minutes and counting.
Ooh, state fair trips. Yeah, 4-H definitely different organization in, well, not different in the US, but I think there's a little bit more, well, I think the population density down there and the concept of state fairs being a thing definitely helped it to grow in a way that it doesn't really have in Canada. But I do have to thank 4-H for facilitating the exchange program that got me as obsessed with Japan as I am. So yeah, you can thank 4-H for literally this program today, because if I wasn't as obsessed with Japan as I was, I probably wouldn't be doing a show on Japanese curries. That said, it was a cultural exchange with a English club in Japan called Labo, which just means lab. It was long running, and I think it's still going, actually. And you could do the cultural exchange, which was just 2 months. You'd spend a month in Tokyo learning the language, and then you'd travel to a homestay somewhere else in the country. It was a lot of fun. And very educational in terms of cultural awareness, because boy oh boy did we just get thrown into it. but they also had an intern program that you could work at if you wanted to continue working in Japan. And so you'd come back, when you were 18 or in university, and you could facilitate the actual exchange itself for the young kids, which was kind of fun. Ah, thank you for the information, Crystal, and happy to know that there are other 4-Hers out there, not just out there in general, but in chat, and that they're happy about the experience. Oh, sorry, Smith Kurosaki. The reason there's a second roux is that we're not going to use the brick to make the curry, because the brick that's cooling in the fridge is good for a month, or up to 4 months in the freezer. So I'll use that to make curry in future. What we're doing now is just making a second roux to use to make curry now. Oh, sweet! Your kid's 11, Electro. Yeah, no, 4-H is a great place, and it'll get you. Like, in addition to the weekly, monthly club projects, a lot of what I got out of it was from some of the extracurricular activities, like the camps. That they all have winter camps. There'll be summer camps, and then there's when you start ending your career as a 4-H member, but before you start going to leader status, where you come back to actually start leading clubs. At least in Alberta, we had this program called Selections, which was where you would you'd apply to go to selections, and it's kind of just a not really career camp, but a life camp sort of thing. And the idea behind it is you get to meet people, interact with them, talk about heady ideas in a facilitated system, and then you apply for different trips and scholarshipy opportunities that you then take part in that later that summer. I'm trying to remember what mine was. And I can't remember because I think it was the same summer. I might not have even done anything because I was involved in a youth parliament and a Shad Valley program. People interested in engineering. Also, I have to mention that the part of the 4-H thing is that my mother was a 4-H leader in her youth, and also a 4-H leader in her later life, in her youth as well, because she majored in recreational administration. So she was a big 4-H booster, and in fact, she was head of 4-H in Alberta for a while, and I can't believe I let this slip my mind. The reason I exist, the reason I am here today, is because my mother is currently not head of 4-H in Alberta. She left the program to have me, and so yeah. But it's a good little youth program if you're not into the whole Scouts and Eagles things, and you want something for your kids to do, because we're of that age now. It's a great little thing. And it's not just cows. Although a lot of people do have cows, and the cows are cute. To be fully honest. Okay. So when I don't have to babysit a roux, he needs a fresh martini. Yeah, this is gonna be another 10 full minutes, I think, before we get the roux up to speed there. Standard Gustav. Thinking this all just happened like 5 years ago. Yeah, no, you know what? This last year is going to do that to a lot of us. Ooh, hey. That turned around faster than expected. Right on time, too. Oh, yeah, this is, Friends, this, I think I used too much butter in the first roux. Could have used a bit more, flour in it, but I think this one's coming together nicely. And that tells me that if I can successfully make 2 roux in one day, I think we might be learning. In opposition to the show's motto, we might in fact be learning. I don't know how to feel about that. All right, that's a golden brown. Ooh, that smells lovely. Just a little bit toasted. Let's get that off the heat. Scrape off that, friend. And then let's get our curry powder in there, shall we? Open it up. Get another sprinkle it over the top. Curry powder back there. And stir it in until it's good and mixed. Oh, wow, that smell! Oh, look at that. Look at that lovely, lovely curry sauce. Chat, we made this. This is lovely. Okay, let's make an curry. Starting off here, heat vegetable oil in a Dutch oven, 6 liter. Is this 6 liter? Let's go up to the next size. If they're suggesting 6 liter, pay attention to their demands. This one is... That'll do. Okay, let's get some heat on there. Medium-high heat. So that tells me that should be about 4-ish from experience. And I'll get some oil in there in a second. Here we go. Now's the time. Now is the time for Ian to make another martini. That's right there. There's my cup thing. Here we go. Get the olives. No! Lunatic93, I highly recommend giving some Japanese curry a try. It's super easy to make if you buy the packet. Right, not these packets, the regular packets, the ones that you can get in normal stores. Like, it's literally what I'm doing now. Chop up some chicken, some carrots, whatever you like. It's real good. Yeah, Walmart carries it. And because I was just there yesterday, they carry the Japanese leading brand, House Curry, as opposed to Ian's favorite, Glico. Although I might switch over to House now that I know that I might be missing something. Yeah, the curry bricks are so easy, it's silly, and in doing my pre-research for the show, turns out that, like, even in places like New York, where there's some pretty high-end curry places popping up, we're still looking even there the chefs are saying, yeah, for home use you pretty much have to use a block to get the real flavor. You're not a fan of sweet curries, you've tried some in London and it didn't suit you, then you're probably fine not having it. You probably know what to look for. I mean, there might be some difference. I haven't had an English curry myself, so I should probably rectify that so that I can speak more confidently. But sorry I didn't show you making my martini, but I just wanted to get it done with. Be quick about it. Don't make a fuss. Okay, what have we got here? I've never had butter chicken or tikka masala. Oh, those are okay. Don't. Someone's not familiar with Ian's feelings on butter chicken. My feelings on butter chicken, I'm not a big fan, usually. I find them to be, honestly, much like ketchup. But, okay, let's see. Are we hot? We are hot enough. This is my favorite thing to do with pans, just to gauge their heat, by the way. I just want to do that again, is toss a few drops in and just see if they ball up into balls. Then let's get just a bit more in there. So you can see the big balls there that just evaporate as it goes along. Okay. We'll just use regular oil, not olive this time. High smoke points and whatnot. Okay. It's about a tablespoon. Coat the inner areas and up the walls a bit, in case those onions get sticky. Right. Tinker Tailor soldier style. Okay, how much do I want for that? Until golden brown and softened. Then add the oil and the chicken in 2 minutes. Then another oil and grated ginger and the garlic. Okay, so chicken next. Then ginger garlic. Then broth. Okay, so let's put the bouillon where it needs to be in row. Potato. Roux. And then salt, black pepper. Ooh, we might have to forgo the black pepper. But we've got our salt cellar here. Ooh, that's some nice brown happening there on the bottom. The soy sauce, and we're going to need a tablespoon there too. And sake. And the honey and rice vinegar. And we'll get our teaspoon as well. That's going to be necessary in a second. Let's order these. Hot mitts, because we don't need them. Where's my teaspoon? Order. Full teaspoon. Okay. Onions are starting to brown up nicely. Now, the reason you want to get them nice and brown, at least why I like to get them brown, is that adds to the overall dark flavor of the curry, the deepness. And if you were here right now with me, you could smell that really wafting up. It's very good. I mean, I could say as opposed to a nice brown, it's a nice fawn that we're getting. It is less ambiguous and more correct. The Maillard reaction is a glorious thing. Okay, we're starting to get to the point where I think these are considered softened. Not quite yet, but just about there. Oh, they're looking good, though. You know, I'm happy with these onions. Where do the carrots go in this? Oh, they go right after the ginger, but before the broth. Okay. Good. Good. Oh, and the chili. I want to add it now so that we get a bit of toasting. You know what? I'm adding it now. Just to toast it, and then I am going to remove it later. The toasted chili is a real treat. Okay, where's my tongs? I don't need tongs for that. I just need my other chopstick. Okay. Okay, I can smell that chili starting to heat up there. That's good. Get on. Get down there. Get down, get down. Down, double down, double down. Yes, you are correct. I have made curry many times. Not from this kit. Okay. There we go. I mean, sometimes I'll just do things to demonstrate on this program. Oh yeah, no, that is aromatic. Okay, you get to come back later. For now, we need to push you onions off to the sides. Add a bit more. Oh, look at the base of that pan. We're going to get all of you. Bit more oil. Swirl. Move those onions back out of the way and chicken it. Cool. Oh, Adam, that's great. If the recipe on the New York Times has got it all in there, then yeah, go nuts. 2-minute timer. All right, let's move that around now. Should have left it for another couple seconds. Oh well, I mean, you can't ruin curry. You can probably ruin curry. I don't know how to ruin curry because I have yet to do it. It's really good. Sorry, I'm going to swap cameras here. Aha, there we go. I was going to ask if the two camera syncs works, but then I'd have to watch the chat, which is over there. No, it's down here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All that brownness on the bottom's going to be fine. We're going to scrape it all up anyway. Oh. Want to get some... a little bit of browning on most sides there. Add a bottle of pure vinegar and you can ruin a curry? Absolutely. There's a good way. Oh yeah, no, Soul Eater, my thoughts on this particular stove, because of the way this is that I'm just not going to take very good care of it. And that maybe, if I'm lucky, it will need replacing. I don't want to have to spend... I don't want to have to spend 3 to 4 figures on a stove. That said, isn't it kind of weird that stoves are... Okay, shh, don't tell the capitalists in charge, but is it kind of weird that old appliances like fridges, stoves, and dishwashers haven't really gone up in price the same way things like computers and especially cell phones? Jesus. I didn't think those would get more expensive as time went on, but here we are. Here we are. How's our time? Speaking of time, we never did get that 2-minute timer. Cool, 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 cool. Thanks, Siri. Next up, I think it's been 2 minutes. Okay, another oil, and then the ginger and cloves, and then the carrot. Okay. Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, fridges can be expensive, but not for the kinds of fridges I'm looking at. You see, the kind of fridge I want is a fridge. That doesn't do anything else. It has a freezer and a cold part. One cold part, one less cold part. That's all I want. And those fridges are, A, hard to find, but when you do find them, they're generally not that expensive. I have not seen it. That said, I haven't seen many fridges of that type. But the fridges I do find generally don't get above the 3-figure mark. But like, my fridge doesn't need to make ice. It already makes ice. It's called a freezer. My fridge doesn't need to have a screen on it because I already have a TV. It's called my TV. Ooh, that's nice. Ginger's a nice thing that we don't put in enough foods, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, and ice makers break easily. Yeah, no, I don't want an ice maker. I don't want a water filter because, first of all, they break. They're almost impossible to fix because they're in there. And they remove space from your fridge because your door now has to be twice as thick because it's got equipment in it. No, I just want an insulated box that gets cold efficiently. Oh yeah, well, yeah, freezer on top is an interesting one. But yeah, freezer on top I definitely prefer. Though drawer freezers make sense for efficiency's sake, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. Where was I going with this? I was sauteing the garlic. Now we need to add the celery in that. No extra oil this time, apparently, which is odd, but I guess we've got enough in there. Okay, now let's get some nice hot water. I'll just run the tap for a bit. I love it. I live in a place with a boiler, so it makes more sense for me to take hot water from the tap than it does to add extra heat from other sources. Oh, you think you could just dig in right now, Molten Souls? I agree. I often get to this point and think, ooh, that's... no, this is a nice, you've got a nice fresh smell of the carrots and the celery's coming through just in a beautiful way. Let's add some hot water. Okay, that's... 4 cups never seems like enough, honestly. And let's add the chili back. Ooh. You can hear it. Listen to it rattle. Can you hear that? Love the way chilies get when they get hot. Okay, let's crack open the Better Than Bouillon. Did I? Mother... Okay. Well, I guess okay. I generally only buy chicken stock, but I guess I'm going to be trying organic seasoned vegetable base now. 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Oh, God. Yep. 2 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons. 4 teaspoons of bouillon. Let's get right up. Oh, well. Do I have MSG to help? Oh, do I have MSG? My friend. Yep, I did just drop that spoon right in there. Woo! Okay, no problems there. Yeah, no, MSG wise, we'll add it if it needs it because you can add that right at the end. It's not gonna, it doesn't need to cook into. But Ajinomoto, the Japanese brand Ajinomoto, just a shaker of MSG, absolutely necessary when making certain forms of food. Hello, spoon. Thank you. You're warm. I mean, you were in the hot pot, but all right. I like though that the color of that broth is going to really shine things up. Oh, that's brown enough already to almost be a curry. Okay, where are we at here? Broth. Scrape off any brown bits in the bottom of the pan. So let's give a real push. Make sure it feels smooth. I think we've got all the fond off the bottom now, which is very good. MSG is the king of flavor. Okay. Scrape off any brown bits. Bring to a boil over high heat is the next step. Okay. Then we add the potato. And then we lower the heat to simmer for 5 minutes. And then we add the curry brick or the roux. And then stir in 2 teaspoons of salt, half teaspoon black pepper, 2 teaspoons soy sauce, 1 tablespoon sake, 2 honey. All the stuff goes in there. Okay, let's, you know what? Let's reload our pepper grinder. I'm going to need pepper. So let's add it. Ooh. My pepper grinder now smells like fennel. We'll fix that fairly quickly, I believe, but how is this so amusing? Why, Agent Smith Radio, I would chalk that up to the fantastic people in the chat. And doing stuff is fun. Even the mundane stuff. Like, you could just watch someone be good at a video game. I guess that's popular on Twitch. Or you could watch someone utterly fail to funnel their goddamn peppercorns back into their thing. Okay, I'm making a... Oh, okay, we're coming to a boil. So we need come to a boil. Add the potato. It looks like it needs just a few more seconds of boilage. So we've still got time to make a funnel out of this packet. Oh boy. No, I don't have time for that. I have time to bring the heat down to a 2. Actually, leave the heat up on high while we add the potato, because the potato is going to bring the heat down quite a bit due to being colder. And bring it back up to a boil, and then let it simmer for 5 minutes. Trying to get this little bit of bouillon off the edge of my spoon here with aggressive stirring. One of the problems with that garlic that I was mentioning earlier is just how it stays in that, you can see right there, that granulated state, I really don't like it. It's also less pungent, less good. Don't Costco garlic. Just don't. Okay, bring it down to a 2 to let that simmer, and while it's simmering, let's fold this into a bit of a... There we go, that's the funnel we want. The size of funnel we want. Something big enough for peppercorns to get through. And then we can pour that in there. Yay! ICANN has pepper again. Oh yeah. 5-minute timer. Thank you, Siri. Why is this so hard? This used to be a lot easier. There we go. May just need to use 2 hands. Or what I just need to do is get a separate grinder. Swipe left for more grinder. Okay. Good, good, good. You know what? Let's grind the pepper in now, because we actually, is my onion bowl dry? My onion bowl is dry. I'm going to start grinding a half teaspoon of pepper into that. There we go. Friends, I think this curry is looking mighty fine. I'm excited to know what this is going to taste like when we're done with it. And I think we're actually going to be able to find that out tonight on show. I'm not going to leave you hanging, that's for sure. Okay. That, to me, looks like about a half teaspoon of pepper. That's good. Ground in such a way that it will nicely incorporate. Okay, so now we're just about to curry brick time. Oh god, look at this. This is how it's, I mean, this is how I feel like it's supposed to look once it's had a chance to dry and solidify a bit. But that's there we go. Sorry, I didn't have it on camera. That's some good looking stuff. Thick. Like paste. Like brick. Is that simmering enough? Let's just add just a bit more heat. Because why not? Okay. Curry brick. Dissolve completely. Salt, pepper, soy sauce, sake, honey, rice vinegar. And then 10 minutes. All right. Time is 1 minute 38 seconds on the clock. Switch our camera. Bloop. Hey, how's it going? I'm just going to read your Actually, I'm just using the chili as a test for today, because I like my curry to be a bit on the hot side, but I'll be able to know. Honestly, like, not splitting the chili open is probably going to keep the heat levels down. The seeds aren't going to get out and be unpleasant. So, oh well, ball of sleep. Thank you. I'm glad that Alex, that Sabine was the favored car for you. Rip Sabine, by the way, of course, the real Sabine, racer, and Queen of the Nürburgring. Dragon streams, race finish. Ooh, wait, whoa, things are happening fast. Rice vinegar expires. I did not know that. Whoops. Yeah, wine expires and becomes vinegar. Okay, let's turn this back down a bit. When is the expiry in my vinegar? Or is this an expiry or just a best before? It expires at 10:55 p.m. Okay, let's so that's 5 minutes on the dot. Let's add our curry and then the various species. Get this all in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. What you didn't see on one of my breaks is when man was washing out some of the bowls. Oh boy, my beautiful, clean white bowls are now extremely tainted with turmeric, which I really should have expected, but okay, that's in there. Let's add the various things. Starting with the pepper. Pepper. Oh, wow. This already looks like a curry, friends. Salt. Whoop. Yeah, salt. Cellar. How much do we need? 2 teaspoons. I really like to eyeball my teaspoons to get a good pinch. That seems about a teaspoon. That seems about another teaspoon there. I don't know how to show you. We got those in. Half teaspoon black pepper, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, and a tablespoon of sake. 1 tablespoon soy, 2nd tablespoon soy, sake. 1. Well, that's more sake than I expected. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. Bring you back to the brio end. Okay, that was sake. 2 teaspoons of honey. We're probably going to need to just eyeball this with a small spoon. This is not... Oh, wow. This is no way liquid honey anymore. Urgh. Come on. Okay, well, that's 1-ish tablespoons of honey. We'll just tablespoon-ish of honey, or teaspoon-ish. There we go. That seems good. Get in there. And then the other one comes out with us. There we go. That's close enough for honey. I probably could have microwaved that, but we're in the midst of things right now. Definitely am licking the fingers off, though. The perfection salad. Curious. Oh, no. That's a very no for that. Okay. Sake, honey, teaspoon of rice vinegar. There we go. And chili peppers in there. Okay. 7-minute timer. 7-minute timer. Thank you. Oh my god, this smells glorious right now. Oh. But you can see that this is in no means an Indian curry. Dragonite streams. Holy moly. Yeah, no. Askmaster. When I pitched Askmaster to the group as a thing to do for Loading Radio Live, I was like, okay, this will probably be, this will be an easy thing we can do that will allow people to do a physical pre-record for Loading Radio Live without anyone having to be in dangerous proximity in COVID. Like, this is a thing we can do. And it turned out so much better than I could have expected. I am so pleased with how Askmaster happened, and I want so much more of it. It was very good. So I'm hoping that maybe one day I can actually... Ooh, hey, there we go. Let's start the letter writing campaign to put Ian Horner in Taskmaster Season 12. With special guest Bartleby. Rogue asks, what's my favorite thing to throw into a curry? I mean, I'm actually kind of with Clark that potatoes are the best thing to be added to curry since sliced bread, but apples have been enjoyable the past 2 times I've had them. I don't know. This is my first time putting celery in. I haven't really experimented much with curry because it's been good by itself. Maybe I'll have to experiment more. Mangoes. Mangoes would definitely be something I'm going to have to try in the future. Ooh, sweet potatoes. Yeah, sweet potatoes sound real good. Curry goes on sliced bread, but I don't know if it goes in. Cauliflower, this seems interesting. Eggplant, maybe, yeah. Peas. Peas is a good one. I like peas. Yeah, I usually don't add celery either, but that's what this is, that's what this recipe asks for, so I'm willing to let them make the suggestions for me. Daikon, Captain Francis, might not be great, because I often do daikon in my miso soup, but I don't often do it in, or I've never done it in curry. It feels like that might be a danger. And just because of the way it gets bitter and weird soft. There's something nice about the subtle taste of a miso soup that the daikon goes well with. Oh yeah, I'll also just eat, cheese on top. Okay, you know what we're gonna have to do here is I think we're gonna take some time to read some subs while this boils for the next 3 minutes. So let's go back to the non-close camera and let's do some let's show some gratitude, shall we? You've shown your gratitude, now it's time for me to show mine. And I would like to thank, holy moly, there's a bunch of you here today. Basic Human Decency, 7 months subscription, thank you so much for that. Serial Tram is a 3-month subscriber. Cheers to you and thank you for your continued subscription. Mud2, I'm going to assume that's Mud2 and not Muddy. Either way, that's a good name. And thank you for that. Oh my god, am I even streaming myself? That's a terrible thing to do. Aquinas Zero, 100 bits. Ian, have bits for eating. I enjoy eating. I do it every day. Thank you. Ow. Bit my tongue on that one. As a 40-month subscriber, just realized I gotta get my bullion back into the fridge there. Holy crap, did I say that if you want to make curry from scratch, you must first invade Japan? I hope not. Santo69, 50 bits. Thank you so much. Get ready for... You need a better power... Yeah, the powered battery-powered pepper grinder. Good call. Anti-Fantastico, or A-Fantastico. 10 months. Hooray for curry facts. Thank you for those subs and the curry facts. 29 subscribed for 25 months. Spicy. Texan Reverend, 52 months. That is exactly 1 year in weeks. Congratulations. Looking tasty eating. And the curry's coming along nicely too. Right back at you. And I hope your curry, I noticed in chat you were grabbing some, turns out just as well in your in the appropriate ending place. It stops being curry when it gets into your mouth. Just to hold back any sort of thoughts there. Hey, it's Rock Crawl Nerd who subscribed for 9 months. That's a baby. Congratulations on your sub, baby. And I am late to the stream, but heck yeah, curry. Cheers, Ian. Cheers to you. Thank you. Coreflux has cheered with 100 bits. Health, wealth, and happiness. That's why the 3 olives. I like it. I've just had my health one, so wealth and happiness next. Item Crafting Live, 8 months. You will rue the day. Thank you so much. Zed Blust, subscribing for 49 months. Thank you. That's a big number. Envy's Book has cheered with 300 bits because Ian is delightful and I really appreciate his spirit. Thank you. I really appreciate the bits and I really appreciate you being here in chat and saying that. Thank you. Electrodine, 100 bits. What do French werewolves make curry from? Oh god, Okay, hold on. No, I don't know. I don't actually know. And the timer is done, and I need to check the curry here to see if it's at the desired consistency. Still a bit soupy. Soupier than I'd like, so I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the thing you do with regular curry, which is take it off the heat, cover it, and let it sit. Let's see if that does the trick. While we're tucking in here, God damn it, how did I not put that together? Thank you, everyone, for that. Hispanic at the Disco, subscribed for 13 months. That's the baker's dozen year. Japanese curry bricks. Well, gonna have to watch this VOD back later because I love making Japanese curry, but always use prepackaged stuff, but I've always wanted to make my own. Well, I hope the VOD's treating you well. I hope you got to this point, and hope it worked out for you. I hope it worked out for me, too. I haven't found out yet. We'll do that in a second. Adam J. Ford, subscribed for 76 months, had a button I need to press. Well, you figured it out. Thanks for doing it on this show. And thanks for being a longtime supporter. Julia Child subscribed from beyond the grave, thanks to the Meerkat really flexing the power there. And Haphazard Haberdashery subscribing for 70 months. Ooh, I just made curry tonight myself. I hope it was good. I really hope it was good. Clypheus has subscribed for 12 months. That's the real year for regular human beings. Congratulations and thank you. Agent Smith Radio is 8 months under their belt. I've unintentionally logged in for a Tinker Tailor before. Never intentionally done that, but I don't regret it. Thank you. Ian somehow makes the usually mundane cooking stream format incredibly relaxing. That's my hope. My hope is that you have a good time, you enjoy watching, and that you get inspired to try something new yourself. Dragoon, 87 months. Thank you for your continued support. Davlifrim, 54 months. Thank you. Bag of Spiders, 3 months. That's a big bag of spiders. Elevation, 4,000 feet, subscribing for 50 months. That's a big number as well. I was always put off by the more extremist adult members of the Boy Scouts. Ooh, wow, yeah. Yeah. Envy's book. Gifted a sub to Epic Juicy. Epic Deuce. Why couldn't I read that properly? Thank you both for being a part of the channel and hanging around. MTV CDM. Subscribed for 78 months. Did you know? See also list of highways numbered 78. Sapphire 282, 20 months. Thank you for your continued support as well. Geez, 50 Raiders from the Mana League. I completely missed 2 there. Xantos 69, putting the bits in. Yes, please. Lots more of that. I hope to do more of that. The Mana League themselves coming in with 59 months. Thank you for your continued support and being a regular member in the show. Tipsular 85, 40 months. Did someone say S and B? Yes, several times. They have. Let me check my notes. I hope you like the notes thing. I actually enjoyed putting together some facts and history on curry for y'all. They have 25.8% of the curry market. Not Kane nor Abel, bringing in 500 bits. Thanks for the show. Rogue07. Thank you, not Kane nor Abel. Rogue07 sharing for 200 bits. Ian, this is a super inspiration around cooking. I'd totally make curry tomorrow if I hadn't cooked Japanese every Friday for the past month. Woo! Well, oh god, it's Friday tomorrow. We're probably having leftover curry, actually. Hey, check out Yakuza over at twitch.tv/tiltyhouse tomorrow at 5 p.m. I'll be playing. And of course, yes, yep, subscribing for 69 nice months. Thank you and the rest of LRR crew for 5 3/4. It's 5 years, oh my god. And 3/4 years of nice content. I look forward to more of it in the future. We're not stopping if you're not stopping. And Curry Favor, it's a brand new subscriber. Thank you to the Meerkat for that as well. Okay. It's moment of truth time. I know it's not going to be the full 10 minutes, which is what I usually let it sit for, but I think it's time to taste the food. Yeah, you know what? If you want to find, I'll go through the rest of the spiel here. If you want to find out more about the shows that we do here at loadingreadyrun.com, well, you can go there, loadingreadyrun.com. If you put a /live after that, you'll get to see all of the our schedule, and that'll show you all the different shows we have running and when they'll be, because there's a lot of them. We do a lot of content. If you've missed any, check out youtube.com/loadingreadyrun, because we got good stuff there. Not the shows, not the streams. Those are youtube.com/loadingreadylive. And if you want magic content, you can get all the magic content that we produce. Literally, you can just get all the magic content we produce, but all that you'll ever need over at LRRMTG. That's youtube.com/LRRMTG. You can find me over at tilty.house. That is where I live on the internet. It's got links to my Twitter, to my Twitch, all the stuff that I do, and all the stuff that Corey does as well. Friends, we got curry. Let's see how it tastes. Get a big old spoon here. Hold on, actually. We didn't get our rice. Let's get a little rice first. Ian can have little a rice as a treat, or specifically as part of this meal. So let's give it a bit of a... Let's give our rice a bit of a fluff here. There we go. That looks good. Okay, let's get a small bowl. I don't have many small bowls, do I? Ooh, wait, a reusable! Haha! Those had chicken. This one had pepper. Pepper is safe. Pepper is safe. Okay, let's add just a bit of rice there. Because you can't have curry without rice properly. Alright. Let's give ourselves Ugh, my least favorite spoon. Here. Let's get a piece of chicken. I want chicken. I want carrot. I want potato. Show me potato. Show me potato. Potato. Chicken. Carrot. If I can get some celery in there, even better. Perfect. Okay, that's everything I wanted in there. Let's get it down there next to the rice. Okay. And let's decide what this tastes like. Okay. Aroma is different than any other curry I've had. Get some of the roux. Get a chicken. Let's get some of the rice. Let's get them all together on a piece of on a spoon. Oh. That does need a bit more simmering for thickness, but this is some of the most delicious, smoothest, most interestingly flavored. That potato is very hot, but that is yeah. I don't know how to. I don't know how to describe that except to say that that's Japanese curry. And there is the slightest bit of a kicking burn in the back end from that chili that just sneaks in and kind of just sits there and it makes you think, oh no, it's gonna get spicy, and then it just proceeds. That's some of the best curry I've had. Folks, I can recommend this setup. Yeah, check out Sonoko Curry? SonokoSakai.com if you want information about their particular style of Japanese curry. And check us out in a fortnight when we've got something else coming your way. I haven't decided what the project's going to be, but we've had too many successes lately. This is getting weird. I'm not. I don't know how comfortable I am with this. But thank you, everyone, so much for joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here with me while I try some new stuff, and hopefully it was good inspiration for you to try some new stuff as well. As we say, with a little bit of a wink and a smile, ever forward, never learning. We'll see you in a fortnight. Good night.